Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Noise and welcome back to Age of Engineering. In the last episode, we did a bit of work around the base, talking a lot and kind of figuring out where we're going to set things up and all that kind of fun stuff. And yeah, as you can see, I was busy doing a lot of reorganization. We also did make the basic greenhouse, which is what we're going to focus on today. Because in order to get the Empower, which is right here, we need a double battery, which requires a single battery, which requires an energy module, which requires both the scientific calculator, which like I've said, we can make, but it also requires purified coal, which requires enriched coal, which requires coal dust, which is grown from Prunae seeds, which require the greenhouse to grow. So, a lot of stuff just to get the Empower. But that's what we're going to work towards. Now, I did want to kind of look, kind of show off my organization. So as you can see, I've made a bunch new drawers just to store things. As I start running out of room for stuff, I will continue making drawers. I have in here wood. This is all the saplings, all the woods. And eventually that will get filled. This is kind of the miscellaneous crafted / extra block stuff. This is just kind of a junk chest right now. This is all of the crops type stuff. This is mob drops, food stuff. Then I also have a couple chests buried. Like this one, I have a couple more chests buried, and it's symmetrical. It looks nice. And here we have miscellaneous junk, enchanted books, potions, music discs, name tags, saddles, stuff that I'm not going to use anytime soon. And here we have all of the magic capacitors, all the ancient capacitors, I guess is what they're actually called. And then we have mod stuff, gems, and that kind of stuff. So coal, lapis, diamonds, emeralds, all that kind of fun stuff. Metals, tools, and then ores that still need to be processed. So that's basically what I did. And I went ahead and I got some electrum, which we're going to go ahead and use. So we're going to take a block of electrum and we're going to cut it up. Because that's a great idea, right? Let's cut up some electrum, and we're going to be making some wires today. So in order to make the electrum wires, we need shears or engineered wire cutters and plates. So we're going to make some plates from the block cutting machine. We still don't have a metal former. We'll get that someday. Right now, I want to try to get ore processing before I really worry too much about that. Also, this batch of bog earth looks almost done. I don't know how much more we're going to need of peat, but we'll see. Anyways, we have... Now I have to figure out where everything is. We have some stuff, some electrum plates. Let's go ahead and get some electrum wires. Wrong one. And I'm going to put the last plate in here. And we have 8 electrum wires, which we can then use with, conveniently, our 2 sticks to make some MV wire coils. So we're going to go straight to MV rather than going to LV to transfer power around. And I'm a little worried about something. I don't think this block will retain its energy. And that's going to be bad. So for the time being, we do need to make some relays. So we need wire connectors, which redstone, copper, and hardened clay. Hardened clay is something that's a little bit different. So we are going to get like, I don't know, how many will this make? 8? 8 hardened clay sound good enough for now? I think so. So we're going to go ahead and cook this up. We're going to make some wire relays, so we're going to need 2 iron for that part. It's going to be a while before I get comfortable knowing where things are. We're going to need 3 more for the connectors. And I believe I don't remember which is which. We'll figure that out though. So we also need redstone crystals and 3 copper. We just need 2 redstone crystals, which is just some redstone. Alright, do we have the hardened clay. Unfortunately, we're going to have to go ahead and set this back up. And we'll put a button on it. Throw those on the ground, get the Restonia crystals, and then we're going to break this right back again. So we have so much power in this guy, and I don't really want to waste it. So we're going to keep it there for the time being. But there's 2 LVs. And then there's 2 MVs. And then there's 8 relays. So the question is, relays seem to go there. And the whole thing, actually, I know exactly what will tell us. And I don't, did we ever make? I didn't see it. Should be, would be in the mods, which is, no, this one. We don't have it, so we're gonna need a book and a lever. So we're gonna need some sticks. I am running so low on wood. So let's get some sticks. I'm going to need a piece of cobblestone. We're going to make a lever, and then we're going to make the engineer's manual. So what I want to see is power basic wiring. So connectors are inputs, relays connect wires. So the connectors are expensive. So if we want more connectors, we're going to need more Restonia crystals. So I guess the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put a connector here. And for the time being, I'm going to rewire this once I start building the base a little bit more. We're going to go ahead and start just moving stuff. And this is what you do. You just take wire from here and move it to where you want it. And I think for the time being, we're going to have the atomic reconstructor like right here. So we can put another connector there, and we'll just do one of these. Now eventually I'm going to have a power storage in the center of this big room to the right, because that's where we're going to do a lot of the RF. This is kind of the basic room, but this is the room we're going to have all the RF production. So let's get some torches in here for just the time being, just to make this place a little bit brighter. And I will get a lot of the stuff done between episodes, kind of. I am going to continue to work on things, but let's go ahead and put this guy down. And I think what it is the relays can hold like 8 wires, I want to say. It might say connectors they'll only take wires of the same type that is already connected. Transformers will take 2 of different types, so not worried about that. Each connector has an input value. Yeah. So connectors are the in and outputs of the energy. Relays will accept wires but cannot in or output the connection. You can put them to wooden poles. Yeah. I can't remember how many you can put onto those, but it's like 8. But I think these only take like 2 or 3 connections. So it's one of those things you want to have more relays than connectors. But the connectors are like you want to use the relays, but the connectors are important to get more stuff. So let's grab a block. Let's grab 2 blocks of redstonia. Just throw it there. Shoot the laser, and there's the blocks of redstonia. We can get the crystals. We'll do those like so. I need a little bit more hardened clay, I do believe. But for right now, 1 more set of connectors should be good enough. And we're going to need 2 iron. We're going to put that in there and that in there. I realize there's one other block, so let's put this over here. Worry about that. Actually, put there. I don't believe glowstone goes to the atomic reconstructor. No. But coal can. You can make void crystals, I believe. Yeah, void crystals. So we need a little bit more clay. And this will be a pretty quick craft. And I will eventually light up most of the area around our base, just to keep it nice and secure. So something like this. Wait, did we not need... Oh, I need one more iron. Alright, so... There we go. 2 more connectors. Now, one will go onto this guy. And we're going to light the area up just a little bit. And now we just need to connect this. Will this be long enough? Yes. So now that this has power, maybe, let's try shift clicking. Not enough energy. It is not getting power. I believe it's a pain. Unfortunately, a lot of calculator is sighted, which really, really makes it weird. So I think, will that work? Let's put a relay down. Wires cannot go through the ground, really, but they can. They have to have, like, line of sight or something. So, I know this is transferring power, right? So, 294.1. No, it's not. So I think that has transferred power now. It did for a minute. There we go. We're getting power. Now that makes me wonder, can we actually just do this? If we can put it on the top, then that would be awesome. Okay, we can. Let's break this guy. And we'll make it a little bit cleaner looking. And fill in this dirt. So, now that this has power, we can look at it. It requires 18 logs, 56 stairs, 30 planks, and 14 glass. So, let's go ahead and start getting to work on that. Now, before we can do too much, we need to put mod items away. So, connectors and wire, another book. I can go over there. So, let's put this stuff down here. Cool. Now, when we get to the Empower, we're going to need a lot more connectors, so that's going to be something that we're going to worry about later. Once we get to Ender.io and actually make a lot of stuff with Ender.io, we can start cleaning up all of the wiring and that kind of stuff. All the electronics will get much, much cleaner. Alright, I just want to light up this area a little bit. And we have a bunch of wood here, so I went ahead and planted some trees. Not many, just a 3x3. We're going to get some logs from this. And we're going to bounce over to... the desert to pick up some of the sand so that we can get glass. Alright, so we're almost... Another tree grew while I was inside of it. That's kind of cool. Alright, there's a little bit more. Alright, let's just break these guys. And I have a sickle, so let's use that. But yeah, we're gonna head over to the desert. We're gonna just excavate some sand. It'll be a good time. Let's switch our inventory around. Alright, that didn't work too well, but there we go. Haha, there was more wood. Just land on this. And there we go. Cool, so that should be close to enough stuff. I'm definitely going to use these sickles because they make this whole thing a lot easier. Also, there's a cave underneath us. There's always a cave underneath us. I have such bad luck when it comes to where I settle. I have a bad habit of settling basically on top of mine shafts, so that's always fun. Let's turn that off for a second. We'll eat. And yeah, we'll start working on getting all this stuff taken care of. So there's that. Seeds go in here, food stuff in there. Awesome. So get our excavator and bounce off to the desert. Now I'm just going to, honestly, I'm going to dig down here and do one of these and just get a bunch of sand, because honestly I don't care too much about making this area look nice. This isn't my permanent base, so that is a thing, but as long as I kind of flatten it out and kind of square it up a little bit, I can make it look relatively natural again. Let's just do a little bit more. I should go back down to 2. We'll go back down to 1 anytime soon. Yes. And I will make that look better later. For now, we have a bunch of sand, and that's what's important. So, yeah, like I said, we will kind of just gather sand like this, and then I can make it look nice later. Flatten out the terrain and just make it a little bit different than what it is. So, we'll quickly bounce back over. And once again, it's time to sleep. But before we do, let's go ahead and throw a stack of sand in there. We should have enough power to do that. And then the rest of the sand can go in there. And tools go in here. Alright, cool. So, we can start working on getting, so we have 18 logs, 56 stairs, 30 planks, and 14 glass. Okay. So, let's get the... Alright, so we need 18 logs. Alright, there's that. We're going to need the rest in planks. We're going to need 30 planks, I believe. And what does it say? 56 stairs. So there's 40. And then we need like 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 56 stairs. Cool. That was easy enough. And then we just need our... Was it 14 glass? Alright, so... put that on there. We have a little bit of glass, but I want quite a bit. And we have 14. So... throw that in there. And once again, we're going to just check it before we do it. So 18 logs, 56 stairs, 30 planks, and 14 glass. So we have everything. So let's tell it to build. Block at 41. So, what did it say? Negative. Is it that? Do we need to get rid of the torches? Block at Y69. Oh, that is. Okay. Well, we can fix that. Just break this. Probably doesn't work there. That's why we had to have it on the bottom, I think. Cool. Construction has begun. We need more logs and planks. Why? Logs, planks, and glass. Okay, so I don't know why it does that, but it does. And hopefully it doesn't, like... 14 logs, 15 planks. Alright, I think we can handle that. So we have quite a few bones. Let's go ahead and get some bone meal, just a little bit. And what we'll do is we'll just kind of, you know, grow some trees. And hope for the best. So, there's another tree right here we can go ahead and chop down. I need to eat some more food, because that's pretty much constant, it seems like. That didn't work. Okay. We should have many more planks there. So I don't know why this doesn't know how much it needs. Needs 6 more logs. Literally 1 more tree. Let's grab our sickle. And we'll go ahead and do this again. So, there we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. And cool. So we have enough saplings. We can go ahead and make more. Now eventually, like I said, we're going to do a tree farm. I don't know. We're probably going to use Ender.io because honestly that would be the easiest. Foodstuffs. The mill goes in there. Alright, so hopefully it builds the rest of it and doesn't complain. And it now needs more stairs. $56 more stairs. Really? That is so much stuff. Alright, well, we don't have any more wood. I'm trying to think what's going to be the best way to do this. And I think it's going to be to flee. I believe it was back southeast. I got caught up on that. So we need to go get more trees. We did this last episode. We're going to do it again this episode. Because, unfortunately, this thing, I don't know why it doesn't know exactly how many it needs. I guess we can only put a stack in at a time. So that's a bit of an issue. Seeing as we need a lot more than a stack of all this stuff, but yeah, I don't know why it does that. It's weird. But let's hit a tree and go into the water. Let's try to find a decent oak forest. Or even better, we can find a swamp. Swamps are good as well for trees. And clay, but we don't need any more clay right now. So, just go ahead. So 56 more stairs. That is 14 recipes, which is 14 times 6, which is math that I don't really care to do right now. 14 times 6 is like, it's a lot. I believe it's well over a stack. Yeah, I don't know. It's like 60. Oh, it's 84. So there's a stack. And then 5. So that should be all we need. But let's go ahead. Chop down a little bit more. Just because we're going to need wood. But if we can get this greenhouse up and running and actually produce get the Prunae seeds going and produce stuff from it, then that's pretty much all we need to do. Alright, I don't really need the saplings. Let's cut down one more tree just for good measure. That'll give us about a half a stack of wood. Cool. So now we go back home. I hit a tree again. I'm really bad about hitting trees. I feel like I used to be better with the slime sling, but I don't know. So let's get out of this water. Let's go hopefully finish up this greenhouse. And more water. Cool. So, luckily with the slime sling, it's not that long to go basically anywhere. And I do like how the greenhouse looks. I just don't like the inconsistent. Just the inconsistent of the instructions basically. So we'll go ahead and put that in there. And shift right click it with an empty hand. And it's completed. And it only used like one more stair. Of course. But it probably wouldn't let us just kind of get away with that. So we have all these extra stairs now. Honestly, can't we? Yeah, they have burn time. We'll just throw them in here. And we'll use them as fuel if we want to make anything. So actually, you know what? Let's just burn them up for EU. That sounds better. Because I don't really have a use for wooden stairs. So we'll just throw them in there. They'll burn. They'll generate power. So let's... Yeah, we had so much wood left over. Oh well, that's actually good. Alright, but now we have the greenhouse, and what we can do is we can start growing the Prunae seeds. And I think this is the part where... Yeah, they'll grow in there. I don't know if we can add anything, but I believe we should put this on the bottom. Whoops. It's gonna yell at me, isn't it? Yep, it should be glass. It's not completed anymore. I accidentally broke the glass. So let's get some more glass, and that way it will work. But what we're going to do is we're going to just come down here and put this. Can I do this? I can. Cool. So it's going to look bad because of the nature of this stuff, but it'll be okay. And the thing is we can cover it up with dirt now, and it doesn't matter. So the last thing we're going to want is we're going to want a chest there. And we'll put the dirt in the drawer. We're going to chest, and I don't know if I can use... So we can just put that there. Now, I don't know if I can use bone meal with those, but we might as well try, you know? And if we can do this, then that will give us, at least starting with the purified coal. There we go. And we even got another seed. So that should give us some stuff. So we are starting to get coal dust. And this stuff is used to make purified coal like so. So we just need one right now. We're also going to need the display stand. Okay, that's actually not too bad. But we are going to need a lot of wires. And honestly, the best way to get wires is through the metal former. So, actually, no, it's not. As long as we have gold plates, it doesn't really matter. But making the metal former might be a good idea regardless. The only question is where to put it. I guess we could just put it up top. Otherwise, I kind of want to destroy the electric heater. We don't need this anymore. So, I don't know. But let's go ahead and start working towards the metal former. So we need a control circuit. We're going to need these gold. That's why I've had that for so long. Because we need 2 small storage crates. And that's going to require dense iron plates as well. So we need to do something like so. We'll cut these up. We're going to need a couple more iron plates, so let's get one more. This is going to use a lot of our resources. But that's okay. So, yeah, this is going to be a lot of stuff. Plus, we're going to need a lot of bronze. Plus, a lot of copper. God, this is a nasty recipe. But other than that, not too bad. So we're going to need a little bit of rubber. We have exactly enough. I'm going to put this coal dust back in here. I don't know if it's useful for anything else. We can burn things with it. I mean, it is still coal, but otherwise it's enriched coal, which nearly doubles the burn rate of coal coke. So that's kind of nice. I'm just going to let that go and just kind of forget about it. It's going to passively take power. It's whatever. I don't really care, to be honest. So we have 18. Let's get the 2 sets of things. So we have the MV stuff. Scientific calculator will make another time. The Prunae seeds. We have... cool. So we need to make 2 small storage crates, which is wood casing. That's pretty easy. But we're going to need a good bit of wood and a couple diamonds. 4 diamonds to be exact. So let's make 2 sets of chests. We're going to do something like this. So the storage crates are really good. They're better than chests. However, they're expensive. So I'm not really too concerned about making too many of them right now. Gold, diamonds, cool. We have the dense iron and we have the normal iron. So we should be able to make most of this stuff now. I love how the chests don't have a texture in this. I don't know why, but there's those. We're going to need basic machine casing, the circuit board, wrong one. We're going to need 2 redstone. We're going to need a decent amount of copper. That is an issue. I don't have much copper. In fact, I don't have any copper. So I'll have to go mining for copper. But can we? No, we can't. We also need bronze. So we have some bronze plates. We also have some copper plates. So this will get us by. We just need cutters. So that will be the circuit once we get the redstone. And so there's the electronic circuit. Now we're going to need a lot of copper for that. But the toolboxes are 5 bronze each. So we do need the forge hammer. And there we go. That was easy enough. And just something like this to make the toolboxes. These do not stack. But now we have toolbox, basic machine, that, and we just need a bunch of copper. In fact, we need, a lot of copper. Now, copper is something that the metal former is going to be great with. So we are going to need the cutter still. We need 8. We need 12 copper plates. So we're going to need a little bit more copper. So you know what? Let's head to the mining dimension. This won't take that long, honestly. We'll get the metal former, and then next time we will actually start working towards making everything we need to get the empowerer. And that will be the goal of the next episode. We're going to need quite a bit of stuff with that. You'll see. It's a little bit more complicated than it seems at first, but it is definitely going to be worth it. So there is a bunch of copper right here. Let's grab that as well. I need a little bit more stone so that I can fill in the holes, because that's what I like to do. There's 9 copper. That's 2 blocks. That's enough. Like I said, won't take long. We're just going to have to macerate it and then cook it up into blocks. And that's going to take a moment, but it won't be that bad. Copper is luckily one of those metals that kind of melts pretty quickly. So once we macerate the first set of 9, we can get this going. And we get more copper plates, and we'll get more copper in general, and everything will be good. So let's put this guy here, that guy there. Can take a stack of stone, because that's what I'm going to be working with from now on, because basically that's what I'm going to have. We're going to need 3 iron. Wow, we're running low on iron as well. So, do I have much? I do have a good bit of iron ore, but I kind of want to wait until we get... we might look at the crusher sooner rather than later. Let's see. Crusher from actually additions. This guy might be worth it. And then you can make the double crusher, which is twice as fast. It just requires more stuff. It's not actually that bad. We could make it at this point. And I don't even know, does the guy talk about that? Calculation age. So for automating, we can use integrated dynamics. We could use peat-fired engines if we want. We're going to kind of wait around for a little bit before we make a lot of power. Yeah, it doesn't really talk about the crusher, but this might be the area. It needs a battery, which, yep. Coal coke, yeah. That's telling you how to get the Prunae seeds. You need 4 display stands, and you need to provide all of those with power. And we can make a lot of stuff, basically. So yeah, I think the big thing that we're gonna do, I don't think it really says anything about making. It doesn't really say anything about making the crusher, which is, I think is gonna be a good thing for us. I believe we can make it. Let's see. Iron casing, it requires black quartz, iron, and advanced machine casing, which requires steel. Advanced alloy, which we can make. Carbon plates, which we can make. It's a lot of coal, but we can do that. And yeah, basic coils. A lot of redstone. and black quartz. That's about it. But I believe we can double our black quartz pretty easily, even with the macerator. So I think we can do that. I think that might be something good to look at next time, maybe. And then the other thing is going to be just getting the Empower and getting that set up. We're not quite ready to use that. I'll probably have to go mining for a bit before I can do too much more, but that's fine. Get a bunch of copper, tin, iron, basically everything. I'm going to mine a decent amount at all levels, and yeah, we'll kind of go from there. So let's cut this one up, because I want to step away from EU. We have passive power generation with this guy, and he seems to be keeping up with the power demands of this guy. We're going to get some extra Prunae seeds. That's fine. It is a small greenhouse, but worst case scenario, we can always look into more RF power, which is what I'd prefer. So we need 12. There's 24. And that is the coils. We could have used the coils from the blast furnace, but oh well. So there's the metal former. We finally made that. And we're going to go ahead and just hook it right up. And I think right here is good. So metal former, the biggest thing is going to be extruding. That is going to make us wires much easier and more efficiently. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end the episode off here. Like I said, next time we are going to look at making not only the crusher but the Empower as well, and hopefully get this base up and running a little bit more efficiently. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!